Hello, teacher. My name is Luis Elias Torres, and it is my action research. Um, we have the problem statement, research questions and hypothesis. Problem statement. In my case, B2 level students struggle with voluntary oral participation in a class because they show anxiety when speaking and fear of negative evaluation from their peers, their classmates. The research question is how does implementing gamified conversation circles over 4 weeks affect the students' voluntary oral participation in B2 English classes? Hypothesis is using gamified conversation circles improves voluntary oral participation among B2 English students by reducing anxiety and creating structured opportunities for speaking practice. Okay. Gamified conversation circles to improve voluntary oral participation in B2 English students. It is my instrument to improve the oral participation in between students and voluntarity. In my literature review, we have we have to we have the gamifications improves oral communications. All authors in my literature review have the same conclusion, the same purpose is gamified learning improves skills, improves improves creating more opportunities for meaningful speaking. In 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 my case, speaking participation speaking in class, voluntarily. eh, Theoretical rationale. Why the instrument working in this case? Literature review confirms that gamification reduces anxiety in students, reduce the fear to participate in class, to raise the hand and speak voluntarily. Um, because the students have fear to participate for oh, we we are afraid of negative evaluation, uh, their classmates, also their teachers, creating a safer environment to students to take speaking risk. Facilitates oral expression by making participation fun and regarding. The teachers gives to his students point extra or public congratulation to students participate. Transforming speaking practice into an enjoyable experiences. Have fun with this practice. Okay, encourage voluntary speaking through clear role structures and point system, giving students concrete reasons, give students specific roles, a specific function in the group. It reduces anxiety and fear to participate voluntarily and contribute to improve skill. Okay. This is the we we will use that instrument during 4 weeks. In week one, we have to introduce gamified conversation circles. Here, we have to assign roles every single student. For example, a student, we have assigned the role facilitator, and other students, we have assigned timekeeper, control time, um, and other students, we have to assign vocabulary hunter. The students that have to take notes of the new words. And the last one we have a student summarizers that the students uh, take note of and recaps key points of the conversation in the group. Point system: the teacher give extra point as a reward his students, give a public congratulation in front of their classmates, in front of another teachers. And objective of this week is reduce anxiety. It is a principal uh, purpose, reduce anxiety and encourage fierce volunteers for creating supportive structured environment, uh, gamified environment, and have fun while the students learn. In week 2, 10th circle social media, we the teacher give his students a specific topic in this week. For example, in this case, the teacher his student give his student topic social media, focus topic, and the same form the teacher give his students extra point and congratulations for a good task. And objective in this week is increase the number of volunteers, increase the students that raise hand to speak. In week 4, it is a few difference. Traditional debate without gamification. In this case, gamification don't, there is not gamification. What is the format? Traditional debate. Format for topic social media versus real life. Students argue for or against the impact of social media in daily interactions, in dialogues, in in her or his school, family, in your home. They will discuss conditions, no assigned roles. There is no roles, there is no extra points, there is no congratulation in week 4. In week 4, what is the purpose? Compare voluntary participations counts to week 1, uh, from week 1 to week 4. We have the spider map that instruments teacher diary. The instrument have the following strengths: capture real-time frequency of voluntary hand raising without nomination, allows teacher to note qualitative behaviors that every student, provide data across the 4-week intervention, and helps identify patterns which students volunteer when and how often they participate in class. The limitation is can't can't record teacher can't record all 12 students simultaneously. The teacher may unconsciously favor centralizing students based on their previous performance uh, before of the use or instrument. It is not possible to assess student internal feelings and anxiety levels. Can't explain why a student choose to volunteer or remain silent. The next, we have mentor groups. a mentor, other teacher participate in this action research. The strength is it is an additional verification to the one carried out by teacher, the first teacher. It, it provides an external and impartial observation. It is important, free from the student's previous performance, because the mentor is the first time that see the students participate. It gathers qualitative explanation of why the student does or does not volunteer to speak. It offers a second perspective for identifying anxiety behaviors, anxious behaviors that the students, that the teacher does not see. The limitations. The mentor is present only once a week, no more. The mentors doesn't know a student's name or personalities as well as the teacher. The mentor, only listen to 3 or 4 students per class. Only that. The presence of a mentor can can alter the normal behavior of the students. And the last one is gamified conversation circles. The strength, the gamified conversation circles, the intervention itself generates real data demonstrating that the more points given, the higher the participation of the students. Structured roles, structured roles reduce anxiety by providing clear expectation that with a specific role, a specific dialogue, the students are confident to speak. A game like an environment reduce the anxiety of negative judgment, encourage shy students to participate more voluntarily. Peer recognition cards make the company of colleague reinforce the other trust between students, in pair students, in the group students. Limitations. Students only participate to get points, only get points. They don't focus and truly, really, in real conversations and real words and daily routines. Some students may focus too much on their roles and fail to produce natural language. It's similar to first. Gamifying language may not allow it to be applied to real or everyday situations. The most competitive students with the best language skills can dominate the situation, can dominate the other students that don't want to participate for afraid, for fear. Thank you, teacher. That's all for me.